Welcome to another edition of the Mav Call Show. I'm Maverick Suave.
I am Quick Draw McCall. Howdy, howdy.
How's everybody doing today? Call?
I'm doing good, man.
Right
How
on.
about you?
I'm all right.
I'm all
all right.
coffeeed up, man.
He's zinging from the caffeine.
I don't normally drink coffee. I haven't drank coffee in
I gotta have
very
my
long
coffee
time,
now.
man.
Gotta
Very
have
long
my
time.
morning coffee.
Yeah.
All right. Today's show is on great
Horror movies.
Yes. And not just
Yes.
80s. This is
Yeah,
all
in general.
in general, just some of our some of these you guys may have forgot about, some you may have heard of. I don't really know.
And some of them aren't scary. You know what I mean? Like
Right.
they're
Not
considered
like-
they're considered horror, but they got some comedy relief in it and
Yeah,
stuff like that.
yeah.
But they're like good movies though. So
Our first movie, which is one of Michael J. Fox's, I think it's his best movie besides Back to the Futures, of course. The Frighteners.
yes, that's a very good movie. I like The Frighteners.
Frighteners is excellent. If you guys haven't seen it, watch The Frighteners. He's chasing around the Grim Reaper.
Yeah.
And Arlie Ermey makes a special guest appearance in it, and he
Yes,
is great.
I was just thinking about that. I'm like, he was in that, wasn't he?
Yes,
But
he is
yeah,
great.
he had some help from some spirits in the graveyard. They were like helping him out or whatever. But
Yeah, well, he was keeping control of the spirits in the graveyard, if you remember. And he,
yeah.
you know, he's yelling at Michael J. Fox because he's also a spirit. He's like, "Can't believe you putting the frighteners on people."
Yeah. And then there was the one guy, we discussed it earlier. He kept losing his jawbone and this dog kept taking
Yeah,
it.
the judge.
Yeah.
yeah. He plays the judge. He's like from the 1800s.
Yeah, that was funny. That guy
Dog
was
keeps
funny.
stealing his jawbone.
All right, moving right along.
Moving right along. Now, this movie, the first time I seen this movie, I thought it was absolutely phenomenal. And I think so even to this day.
Mhm.
And I believe it came out in like 2001-ish. Maybe.
Oh, really?
Give or take a year or two before. I'm not really sure.
Yeah.
13 Ghosts.
Oh yeah, definitely
Man.
a good movie. I love that movie.
Dude, I'm telling
I've
you.
seen it quite a few times.
Yes, me too. If you take me to a glass house and there is spells all over the
Yeah.
walls and the floor and the ceilings, I'm leaving.
Run.
I'm gone. I'm not gonna walk around wonder why there's spells here.
Yep, and I don't want to see a floor with the changing parts that are like razor blades.
Right. Yeah,
the
don't-
ghosts in that movie were awesome.
Awesome,
I like the
yes.
princess. The princess was
Yeah, the
pretty,
prince-
pretty.
Yeah, she was pretty messed up.
Yeah, I wouldn't want to come across her, man.
Yeah, and I
She'd
think
get you.
the jackal.
The jackal was the,
The
scariest
jackal,
one.
dude,
Yeah.
that was like wow. Yeah.
Especially
I mean-
his cage was broke open. I don't want that cage open. No, he closed.
Yeah. Yeah.
He's gonna bite you.
I know I have the DVD on it, and if you go into the special features, it has like
The story of the
all
ghosts.
the but it's like a cabinet, and you have to touch
Yeah.
each little thing from each ghost
Yeah.
and
Find
it's
out
pretty
their
cool.
backstory or
Yeah,
whatever.
yeah, that's a really cool movie.
Yeah.
Matthew Lillard was amazing.
Yeah, he killed that role, man.
And
that
13
was
Ghosts.
awesome. He's like, "Don't touch me! I can
Yeah.
see everything."
Yes, range. You want to talk range? You talk Matt. That dude can play anything.
Yeah, definitely.
You know-
That's Tony too. Tony
Shalhoub, yeah.
he's a real good actor, man.
Excellent. You know, he was really. Shannon Elizabeth came in and just nailed it.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I mean, I wish they made glasses that you could see ghosts.
That would be awesome. That would be so cool.
I would
I kind
totally
of
buy
don't.
those.
I don't really need them because I can see them sometimes, but that would be cool, man.
That would be cool. Our next one, and I think everybody's gonna agree on this one. And not just the original. It.
Yeah,
In the original, you
Yeah.
had Tim Curry. Man, cannot say it.
Yeah.
You know, even though his makeup to me in the
Richie.
original was
Yeah.
not scary,
It was
his
disturbing a little bit.
personality, like
Yeah.
his personality.
He's another great actor that did
yeah.
good on all of his roles.
Yeah,
you know?
no matter what Tim Curry played, he could do it.
Yeah, and in the new one they redid Bill Skarsgård.
Yeah,
He
yeah.
did excellent.
He
on that.
was excellent.
So
too.
did you know that you know how his eyes go apart?
Yeah, he can
He
really
actually does that.
Yeah,
That's
he
not
can really do
computer
that.
generated at all.
Yeah.
Like that is not CGI.
Yeah,
He's
you know, I have to be
he did a
honest
great
here.
job on that.
When I heard they were in production on the new one, right? I'm like, man, I'm not even gonna watch it because
Yeah.
I'm a straight up Tim Curry fan. Straight, I am not gonna lie, I love Tim Curry.
Yeah.
But when it finally got closer and closer, and I started seeing little snippets and little trailers, I was like, okay, it kind of piqued my interest, you know.
Yeah.
So I gave it a chance, and I absolutely loved it. I thought it was phenomenal.
You know what though? Okay, so I do like both versions of that movie.
Yeah.
However, I did not like the ending of the remake. Like
No.
all you had to do to get rid of that thing is punk them out,
Right.
like and
Right.
talk crap to them.
Right.
Like seriously, like
Yeah.
you had to hurt its feelings to get rid of it.
Right.
Like man, come on, man.
Yeah. Yeah, that they could have thought that one a little better, I think.
Right.
Now we are on to a movie that we have discussed on the show before, but I mean, I'm gonna be honest, this movie scared the hell out of me. I was like 12 years old. We have Hellraiser.
Yes. That was definitely
That
one
is-
of a kind.
Yes,
There's
Doug.
nothing like it.
No, Doug Bradley absolutely killed it. I mean, when he is doing, you know, pinhead
Mhm.
things,
Yeah, pinhead things.
you believe he's doing pinhead things.
I will rip your soul apart.
Yes.
I like the line he said, where there's ultimate pain, there's ultimate pleasure. Where there's ultimate pleasure, there's ultimate pain.
Yes.
I have such sights to show you. Man, that line right there, I was like, whoa.
Yes. Doug Bradley just brought it. I mean, and you know what? You got to give it to Clive Barker
Yeah.
for writing it because you were like, holy cow.
I don't want no Cenobites coming at me wearing bondage suits.
Right. Yes.
Like,
and,
yo.
and yeah, and we also got to mention Bloodline, Hellraiser Bloodline, which was
Yeah.
phenomenal.
Yeah, I didn't think I would like it because of the outer space thing, but
The way they
that
did
the one,
it.
that was the one where they were in space,
Yeah,
right? Yeah,
yeah.
okay. So, yeah, they had to do all the satellites or
The
whatever,
satellites
capture
and
the light.
capture the light and just
Yeah, that was actually pretty cool.
I really liked it because they went into the history of the box.
Right.
You got to see why it was created, who created it, how they created it, and things like that. So, I mean, it was excellent.
Mhm.
But I mean, you can't have a horror movie review without Hellraiser.
Right, yeah, definitely.
You know,
Definitely.
he was phenomenal.
All of the movies was good. I liked them all.
Yeah, heck yeah. Our next one is The New Nightmare on Elm Street.
Yeah, not A New Nightmare.
Right, the remake that just came
that
out
didn't have the original Robert Englund. It
Yeah.
had the other guy.
with Jack Earl Haley.
I
he
didn't
played
I
the-
don't. Yeah, we didn't look up his name, did we?
Yeah, Jack Earl Haley.
Oh,
He's-
Jack Earl. I thought you said I'm half deaf, you guys. So I thought he said that girl Haley, and I was like, "What girl?" Like
Jack Earl Haley.
Earl Haley, got you. But yeah, I think a lot of people didn't like it because it wasn't Robert Englund, but I liked it because it went more in depth to
the story.
his life.
Yeah,
And part of it was filmed where I'm from, Gary. The part where they chase him into the warehouse.
yeah.
That was filmed in Gary. And I was like, yeah, Gary, all right. And I recognized the place too. I was like, I know where that's at. But yeah, they did an excellent job on that. Instead of calling him a child murderer, they called him a child something else. You know what I'm saying? We can't
Yeah.
say that on here, but and I was like, oh, I never thought of him like that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like I thought he was just a killer, but no,
Yeah.
he was more than that.
Oh
I mean, it
yeah,
was
yeah. It's
pretty messed up.
it's insinuated that he was more than that. If you actually listen to part one,
Yeah.
it's kind of insinuated,
Yeah.
but they never really go into detail with it.
Yeah.
Now we're gonna have a blast from the past.
With what?
The Shining.
Oh yeah.
Jack Nicholson.
Yeah, he absolutely. I mean, there was two versions of that, or there might have been more, but
There was a
I like the
newer
Nicholson version with Shelley Duvall.
Yeah,
Man, they did such a good job on that.
man. You know the part
Stay
that
away from
creeps me out.
237. Don't go in room 237.
You know the part that creeps me out the most though in this movie is the twins in the hallway
Yes.
when he's riding his big wheel around the hospital
Yeah.
and you see the twins and it's like just absolutely you're like, what is this about?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
A few of the things in there was creepy. The lady in the bathtub in room 237.
Yes, absolutely.
Um,
Absolutely.
Or what about the people in that other room? One of them was a furry. You know what I'm talking about? That like bear pig looking furry thing.
Yeah, vaguely.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that and a scene that kind of got me as a kid was all that blood coming out of the elevator.
Yes.
That,
That was
yeah.
cool.
Mm-hmm.
That was really cool. It had some great like different scares to it. It wasn't just jump scares and it wasn't just
Right.
it was just a creepy ambiance about the whole thing.
And if you ever came across a person like Jack Nicholson as he was
Changing into
being
evil, yeah.
that's scary in itself, man.
Oh,
being
yeah.
chased around with a bat and an axe and all kinds of stuff, like
Yep.
man, yeah, they did a great job on that movie.
On to our next one, which now the first time I saw this from the opening scene, I was like, what just happened? Ghost Ship.
Yeah, that opening scene was
Wow.
yeah.
Yeah, the wire just decapitates everybody.
Except for the little girl.
little
'cause she was
girl.
too short. But that the captain guy or whoever it was
Yeah.
was holding on to her or holding her hand or something.
Yep.
And then he looks at her and it just his head comes off. I'm just like, whoa.
Whoa. Yeah, Ghost Ship is creepy. It's really good.
Yeah, I liked Ghost Ship.
You know, it was an excellent movie starring Julianne Margulies, Carl Urban, who a lot of people know from the movie Doom. Carl Urban was excellent in this.
Yeah.
But that ship, dude, I don't know.
Yeah.
That was creepy.
I wouldn't want to be on that tour, that cruise.
Right? And now we're on to a movie that I love movies like this. They don't make enough of them, in my opinion. But I love a great haunted house movie.
Yeah.
Where it's about the house or the place. House on Haunted Hill.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Taye Diggs, Ellie Larder.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I remember wasn't that was the one where at the ending they ended up outside?
Yeah.
On the window ledge.
On the ledge.
Had
way up in the air.
They had all the money or whatever.
And I was still wondering how the hell they were going to get down.
Yeah. Yeah, me too.
You know what I mean?
I'm not going back through the house.
Right.
That
was
an
one of the
awesome movie, too.
freakiest parts of that movie is when the girl was in the basement. She was walking around with the video camera, and she stops, and then the camera kind of comes around behind her, and you see her video camera. It's showing like a surgery, some kind of with the doctor, but there's nothing in the room.
That doctor was creepy.
Yes,
with
yes,
the mustache
he was.
and the glasses. Like,
yep.
I've seen some doctors that look like that.
Yeah,
I was just like, oh,
yeah,
no,
and like
I do not want him as a
she's
doctor.
kind of stunned because the room is actually empty, but in her camera, she's watching the surgery happen, and she's like, "What in the?"
Yeah,
that would have freaked me out, bro.
Oh, me too, man.
That
would have
got
ran.
me.
I would have ran.
Yes, and
time to get out of here.
another great haunted house. This is my favorite Stephen King movie. I ain't even gonna lie, and I love all of them, but I love a haunted house movie.
Mm-hmm.
Rose Red.
I had the book.
Where the house...
I never seen the movie, but I had the book.
The house kind of... It's like a vampire is what I equate it to.
The house?
And the house. It's... I don't know... Because it's on cursed land.
Okay, yeah.
It was bitten on... it was built on cursed land. And like everybody that it kills... never gets to die. They become a part of the house, a ghost inside.
Okay, yeah.
And this was one of those movies that had some really awesome ghosts and effects.
I'm gonna have to watch that because, like I said, I had the book. So.
I absolutely love Rose Red, and it's got some really good jump scares in it. I don't want to give too much away, but if you've seen it, you know what I'm talking about. They're looking at the blueprints of the house before there's a whole group of people.
Okay.
And they're like, hey, if we're gonna go walk through this, we're gonna have to tie this rope here at the bottom of the stairs. And they're like, what are you talking? Right.
Right.
I know where we're going. And the guy that actually owns the house is like, no, you don't understand. You can go a certain way and think you know where one room is one day, and it's not there 20 minutes later.
Yeah.
So they tie a rope, and all of them are following the rope, and then something happens, and they go back. There's a wall stopping them, but their rope
was like in it,
goes right through the wall.
Oh wow.
And you're like, okay, this is not going to end well.
Right.
So it's really
better
cool.
Bring a sledgehammer so you
yes.
get your way back.
It is a really good. Rose Red is absolutely one of my favorite movies. The next great movie we're going to talk about, Kevin Bacon.
Oh yeah.
Stir of Echoes.
Yeah, that was definitely a good movie. I love that movie.
Yeah.
I like the song they picked too from the Rolling Stones.
Yeah.
That was great. And then you find out that that's what was playing when that happened to the girl.
Yeah. I remember the first time I saw it, man, the girl, and I was like, like it's kind of, I wasn't expecting it, and there she was, I was like, what was that?
He's like, I have to dig.
Yeah.
He starts digging up the backyard, busting up the house and everything, and then,
Yeah, Stir of Echoes, if you haven't seen it with Kevin Bacon.
I highly recommend it.
Yeah, excellent.
That's a great movie. I've seen it a few times.
I remember another great haunted house movie, The Haunting, with Liam Neeson.
Oh, yeah.
And Lily Taylor. Yeah. Just phenomenal.
Lenore.
Yes.
Yeah, that was a great movie.
Yeah, that had
what I remember a lot from that movie? The lion's head inside the chimney, the flue.
Yeah.
The lion's head flue. I remember that. Didn't that decapitate one of them?
Yes. I think so. Yeah.
The mouth, took his head off, man.
It had some really creepy stuff.
Yeah, it did, man.
Like when she was laying in bed and you see like all around her, it's just like
coming alive
and moving around, and you're like, what is going on?
Yeah, that was a great movie.
Yeah, The Haunting is an excellent movie. Now, this is one of, I think, John Carpenter's best movies.
Oh, yeah.
Halloween.
Yeah, man.
The original Halloween was phenomenal.
Yes.
The music to this day gets me, of course. I love Nick Castle as Jason or Michael Myers.
Yeah, Michael Myers. Yes.
I got tongue-tied there for a minute.
Yeah.
One of my favorite scenes, and this has always stuck with me, even from the first time I watched it. And when she's walking down the sidewalk to go to school, and like there's, you're watching her, and then like he just kind of steps out from behind the bush. He's just standing there watching. Yeah. I was like, that is creepy.
Yep. And then they look back again and he's gone. Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what? I think Michael Myers is one of the coolest because no matter how fast you ran away from him and he was just walking, no matter how fast, how far you ran,
always caught up.
He was always right behind you.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm just like, man, you got to be a crazy person to be able to do that.
Yeah, Halloween was just an excellent, excellent movie. And again, to this day, that music gets me every time.
Yeah, man.
Then we have Poltergeist with Heather O'Rourke, Craig T. Nelson.
Yes.
And we have to give an absolute honorable mention to Miss Zelda Rubinstein.
Yeah, Rubinstein. Yes.
And Julian Beck. He was the priest.
The priest. Oh, man.
That was like
part 2, wasn't it? When the priest came along?
I think so.
Yeah, I think so, too.
But I remember Zelda. She was like
iconic in that movie.
Yeah, she was amazing. She was in a lot of movies
this
back
house
in the day.
Has been cleansed.
But she was like the psychic.
Yeah.
And I mean, she was great.
Yeah,
She
definitely.
just
Yeah, so the scene, there was a few scenes in that movie that got me. Uh, one that like it was like a skeleton demon
yeah,
in the closet or in the doorway
yeah,
with the extra long arms.
yeah,
That thing was scary. I
right,
don't care who you are.
right.
And another scene was when the mom fell into the pool they were digging, and all them skeletons come up. Them
Yes.
were real skeletons.
Skeletons,
Them were
yes.
not props. Those were actual
People.
skeletons.
Yep.
Yeah. And one part I thought was really cool was when they was recording the stairs and they saw all the ghosts walking down the stairs,
Yeah.
and you seen the dude in the cowboy hat and all that. I thought that was spooky when I was a kid, but
Oh yeah.
it was cool though.
Yeah.
Oh, and that little clown doll. No thanks, man.
I think that's where a lot of people's fear of clown came from,
Yeah,
actually.
man. There's a lot of people. They say it's from it, but that's where mine came from.
Right.
Dolls and clowns together. No, no,
Yes.
no, no.
Yes.
And also a good part I liked was when Craig T. Nelson was drinking that. What was that tequila? What has the worm in it? Tequila.
Tequila.
He was drinking that tequila, and then he drank the worm, and then later on, that worm came out of him and looked like him, and he was
Right.
crawling around, and that.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Definitely. I like all the Poltergeist movies. They did a good job on that.
Now we're going to give some honorable mentions here. This is not just these are movies that we want to mention because they're amazing and
Yeah, but we don't have time to talk about all of them, so we're just kind of naming them off.
So we are going to throw some out there that we love. I think number one on that absolutely is Phantasm.
Phantasm, yeah.
You had the ball and
Yep.
I mean, this thing when it's stuck in your head, dude, it like spit blood out the back. I mean, that was great.
That was wild.
That was
These guys back in the day, man, had imagination, man.
Yeah,
Like for
they
real.
did. Yeah,
It's like, man, what are you thinking about? Never mind, I don't want to know.
yeah. Phantasm, and you had the tall man who was just
Yeah.
creepy.
Yeah, he was.
You know what I mean? He was like, man, that dude is. I mean,
Like you said, creepy.
he was
There's
awesome.
no other word for
Like,
it.
yeah, like when he stepped out. When they were in the mausoleum, and he
Yes.
stepped out from behind the wall,
Yeah.
and you seen him for the first time, you're
He's
like,
like,
what
"Oh, man,
in the
what the-"
world? You know.
What the
Um,
what?
Our next honorable mention, of course, People Under the Stairs.
Yeah, man.
That was a good movie.
Was good, man.
That was weird.
Yeah, them people, the parents was demented. They were
Yeah.
brother and sister.
Yeah, that was
They had
messed
all
up.
them kids, and there was something wrong with each one, so they did, kept them under the stairs and whatnot.
Yep.
Or no, they did that to them if they did something like the one in between the Roach. They cut out his tongue because he told a lie.
Yep.
And then I remember one of the people under the stairs had a thing on his head because they cut out his eye. They don't tell you, but you kind of put it together.
Yeah.
They cut out his eyes because he saw something he shouldn't have or whatever.
Yep.
Yeah. They were crazy people, man.
Here's another great one. You got to give it Bruce Campbell, The Evil Dead.
Oh yeah, The Evil Dead. It's been a while since I've seen that.
I mean, when you got a chainsaw for a hand,
Yeah,
you did something right.
this is my boomstick.
I mean, he was awesome in that.
Yeah,
I love The Evil Dead. I love Bruce Campbell. I mean, he's Bruce Campbell.
yeah.
Here is one of Caw's favorites, Texas Chainsaw.
Oh yeah, that there's a few versions of that, quite a few.
Yeah.
But I like the one with Ermy in it. What's
Arlie Ermy.
Yeah. Man, that I wouldn't want to come across that guy ever,
Right?
In any role he plays. He was just mean, man. But
Right.
yeah, the Texas Chainsaw, man, that was pretty wild, man. Can you
Yeah.
just imagine
No.
being stuck out in the middle of nowhere, and then this
That
cop
happening,
picks
yeah.
you up, and he's not really a cop because
Yep.
he unalived the other cop and took over and was like, "You're coming to my house."
Yep, that's true.
Yeah, man. Here, my kid's gonna chase you around with a chainsaw. Man, oh man, Leatherface.
I know this one was popular, still is today. Child's Play.
Yeah, Child's Play. I mean,
I'm not
I
really
saw it when
scared
I
of
was a
dolls.
kid. When I was a kid, I was like, it was pretty creepy a little bit, but I didn't watch part 2 or 3 or
No,
anything
me
like that.
either.
I didn't.
No.
I didn't get into the Chucky scene like
No,
everybody else
I've
did.
never understood the whole, I'm afraid of this doll thing. I am gonna
Yeah.
punt you like a football.
Yeah.
That's what's going to happen.
Well, see, in the movie, they kind of explained that the doll, the guy that went into the doll, he, the doll had the strength of that guy.
Right.
Like he had human strength and stuff like that.
Right.
Like the more he was stuck in that doll, the more he
The
became
stronger he
human.
got,
Like
yeah.
and yeah, he would have been stuck in that doll forever.
Yeah, I'm still gonna punch you like a football.
Yeah. I'm
You
sure
can have as much strength as
pick
you
him
want.
up by his hair. You
Yeah,
can't,
right.
His little doll arms can't reach you.
I mean, come on. Another great horror movie, and we touched on a few Stephen King's. Pet Sematary.
Yes, I like that movie.
I do too.
That was
I
sad
do
when
too. Gage.
Gage got hit by the semi.
Yeah, it was.
That was sad.
That
man.
was sad.
And then later on, he's like, "No fair, no fair."
Yeah, he's like, "Daddy, no play fair.
Yeah.
Daddy, no play fair."
Yeah, that was a good
That,
movie.
yeah.
And oh man, what's his name was in there? I forgot his real name. Herman Munster.
Yeah.
He was in that movie.
He sure was.
Like,
Yeah.
oh, now roll down there, and you just take a left, and then there's a pet cemetery back there. You want to stay away from that place, I'm telling you.
Yes.
Yeah. And you know what? From Pet Cemetery got me Church the cat.
Yeah, Church
That
was
cat
cool.
was creepy.
Yes.
So there's a scene where that cat, they show us like he meows fiercely. He's like, "Wow."
Yeah.
So I had a gray cat when I lived in that haunted house that I grew up in that we talked about in another podcast. So we had this gray cat, and I was in the basement one day, and it was raining and thundering and lightning outside. Well, I looked up out the window because I saw a flash of lightning, and then more lightning came, and it was dark out. But when that lightning came, my cat looked exactly like Church and was meowing like that.
I love Church.
He wanted inside, but I was like, no, after seeing that, I thought of Pet Cemetery. I was like, you are not coming into that. Cat stayed out in the rain that day, man.
And you know the part
Sorry, animal lovers, but I wasn't letting that cat in my house.
you know the part that really I didn't. I mean, I understood, but it eludes me a little bit because my thinking is different. But he buried the cat.
Mm-hmm.
The cat became evil. He buried Gage.
Yeah, so why wouldn't you think he'll become evil? Like
Okay, so he buried Gage. Then he buries his wife.
Yeah, like why would you?
And
do
you
that?
know what's going to happen.
I love you so much. I'm going to bring you back to life and make you evil. So
Except for it's not you.
Right.
Yeah, I don't know, dude. I don't think I could have done it. So
What's next here?
we hope you guys enjoyed the podcast today.
Oh, the end.
Yeah,
is next.
we're almost out of time. If you guys have any great horror movies, send them to us.
Yeah.
We'll do our best to give you our opinions on them.
Right.
But as always, hit us up, comment, whatever.
Like and share.
Subscribe. Yep. Hit the bell.
Yep.
And we will see you guys later.
See you later, buddy.